What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, man? Hey, it's another beautiful day um in the world, and what other places you can be than at battle tested. What doesn't break you builds your brand. It's 5 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 5 o'clock. You can be anywhere, but you're not. You're here with me on Battle Tested. What doesn't break you builds your brand. And I got an exciting show for you guys today. And you know what I mean? I told you guys I was gonna bring my mans on, and you know, such as just as a pleasure. Last week we talked about how did I get here? Right? Like we went down a journey and a pathway to how did I get here? And I wanted to bring my guy on, Neo. Man, this guy, man, I met this guy in 2 weeks, right? In 2 weeks, we've created a man, 15 year. I think it's been like 15 years now. Like 16 years, 17 years. We met in 2009, right? We was at a supervisor's training in San Antonio. Let me tell you, I did not know this dude before we got there at 7-level school. He did not know me, but we met up there, and he's the only person I actually talked to now that, like, from that weekend. Like, it was 2 weekends or whatever, 2 weeks. And he's the only guy I talk to now. And one of the only people I talk to outside of the military. Right. And I will say the same thing. Like, we meet so many different peoples around our space, man. Like, and we inspire one another all the time. And it's such a distinct privilege to, one, bring them on the show today, and then two, to call them my brother. I don't just call anybody my brother, right? Like, we don't just do that. So you want to call in today is 678-312, man, 310-8864, 678-310-8864. Be able to call in and have a conversation with Neo, because we about to bring some stuff. Let me tell you Neo's credentials. This dude he went through the Air Force. Air Force was just a stepping stone for him. Went and got his IT degrees. AI. This guy is one of those AI guys. When I need to know some information, boom, 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 he going AI. Yeah, I got you. Here you go. Like, that's the type of relationship that me and him have. We have a man. Like, this dude is deep. I'm gonna let him tell you the story. I ain't want to tell him too much. This is my guy. I talk to him every day, right? If not every day, I talk to him a couple times a week. If we don't talk in a couple days, hey, bro, what you got going on? You all right? Right? Like, we got a deep relationship. I gotta see that. You just see him. Right? That's the type of relationship we have. Right? So without further ado, my boy Neo Harvard on the show. Welcome, Neo. Welcome,
press
bro.
Press the button, bro. With a clap.
Hey. My guy right here, and he is in the building, man.
Yeah.
He could be doing a lot of different things, and he said, man, I'll hop on there with you. Let's do it. So tell the people about who Neo is, man, and what led you to here, bro.
Well, step one, you already started with my Air Force career. I hold multiple degrees as it relates to IT. I am a consultant for the federal government, the 3-letter agencies like the Department of Treasury, Department of War, CBP or DHS. And I am a philanthropist. I have a STEAM Institute nonprofit where we have a robotics team, and we compete every year. And it's a part of the first Lego League. So we do Lego robotics as well. Just to name a few things, not about to go too deep because I know we only got a certain amount of time, but that's a bit about me.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. What led Neo into the Air Force? Like, really, like, what led Neo into the Air Force? And
you said how many years ago was it?
Man, I think about 17 now.
It was a grip. It was a grip. So now you're getting the you desire to be requires you to be a new you.
Mm.
And basically, that's why you look like that.
Repeat that. Like what?
To re-
What?
what did I say? I forgot what I said though. The you desire to be requires you to be a new you, right?
Mm.
So, I grew up in Detroit. Go Tigers, go Pistons, right? East Side Detroit. I literally grew up between a factory, which is the plants, Daimler Chrysler, you got Ford, General Motors, you got the plants on one side, and then the other side, you have your maximum security prison. All right. So
Mm.
we in our neighborhood, we knew where you're gonna go, right? Our schools were in between, right? Walking distance. All right. So you got your middle school, high school, elementary, all in this one area. You got prison over here, and you got the plants over there, right? So you can imagine the subconscious programming that's happening environmentally. So with those little nuance to your environment, you could see where all your friends are going, right? After you lose a few friends early, you're playing basketball every day, just staying busy. Some of your other friends end up going one way or the other. So for me, I desired a new environment. For
Mm.
me, I desired to expand. I was blessed early. I'm grateful for my mom to have someone that had a vision of how she wanted to raise her children that wasn't in the city. She always took us to Canada, right? We always went to this one spot called Wheels Inn. Um, then she also would take trips down to, back then it was Boblo Island. It don't exist no more, right? That was our Six Flags, So being able to travel and see the world, I knew I had to leave this environment. So joining the Air Force, I literally joined on Independence Day, right? And I gave up my independence on Independence Day. So I'm one of those type of patriots that led me down that journey where, the Air Force, you already know, gave us the discipline. It also gave us structure, community, and also it's one of those things that you can hold near and dear to your heart. Like, I'm an Air Force veteran, I'm a U.S. patriot. So those are a few reasons why I knew I will join the military, and it's a part of my family history as well.
Yeah, man, I love the background story. We did. I mean, you'd have had many conversations about life and what we've experienced in it, and
Mhm.
um, like everybody, as we transition to this new world. That's what we call it, right? This new
Right,
world
right.
of digital. Um, like everybody has a battlefield, but like we don't sometimes we don't know how to navigate that battlefield. Like everybody's given a battlefield, but we don't know how to navigate that battlefield sometimes. And like so what AI has done, it has created a space for people to be your friend. It's like I got this ball beside me right here, this big
Mhm.
um yoga ball, right? Like I do yoga and stuff like that. So I got this big yoga ball beside me, and AI is just like that yoga ball, but it creates what you can be able to input into it. Like so, yeah, that's one of the biggest things that I would definitely say about AI and what you're doing and creating in the space of it, man. Is like your story is phenomenal, and we got similar stories in hindsight. Um, so, what lessons that like the military culture help you to navigate into life, today's life?
Mhm. Mhm. Military culture specifically, you went to Afghanistan, I went to Iraq twice. All right. So the level of discipline, you have to know who you are, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're in those Austrian environments, you're in your hooch, you spend a lot of time alone, right? That silence can break you, it can make you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So
Yep.
at the end of the day, being in the military, we're on a schedule. It don't matter what that schedule is. We're on schedule. We're on early is on time, right? hurry up and wait is something that we used to say, in the military. So from that aspect of it, we hustle. We're hustling every day. PT, get in early, get your weapons, hit the guard mount, get on your post,
Mhm.
work, get off post, do changeover, get you a bit of rest, maybe step out, go work out, sleep, back up the next day. Right.
Mhm.
So that hustle is something where when we talk about like advancement and development outside of the military, it made me ask a question, right? Who am I without the hustle,
Mm.
right? Without having to constantly be in a state of survival, right? Because we're in
Mm.
that survival mindset. Who am I without the hustle? The moment I got out the military, I did a lot of searching, a lot of mental health treatments, help, and allowed myself to do nothing, right? Nothing but what I wanted to do. And what I wanted to
Mm.
do and what I enjoyed. I like traveling, right? Started a nonprofit, adopted a few orphanages around the world, Compton,
Wow.
California, Detroit, Ethiopia, Kenya, South Africa, India. So there's certain places. I even brought my mom out. We did some notable things with the church Global Empowerment in Detroit. So being able to take time off to really express my passion to just give, I was able to really find more about myself that got me to where I am now today. I'm a founder of AI Tech Pros. When we have a few products out there, one of them I'll demonstrate later is how we create marketing material, marketing assets such as video, images, and we distribute to television, streaming TV, radio, and we just added another capability of mobile apps. So, being
Mm.
a founder is another aspect of it, but then I'm back in the hustle mode because now I have to sell not just my story, but my gift, so I have to be able to turn it on and turn it off.
Absolutely, man. Like you, bro. Like you, like I when we got reconnected after so many years, and you know, like I love your story, and then like how like you connected all those things together, right? Like you're able to connect. You are who you are, but then like it's who do you so like you can be who you are, right? You could been went through it a lot, done a lot, all that stuff, but then when you really look at yourself, like it's who's to your left and your right, like who is to your left and your right. And if you don't know who to your left and your right, you don't know where to go. Like, cause they say your net worth is your net worth, right? Right. So Robert Kiyosaki said that, and he wrote the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. Your net worth is your net worth. So, like that's huge in a space of because you allow you like if you don't have the right people to your left and your right, like what you got? You got like you know what I mean? Like and I'm like I said, I'm so thankful that we have each other in our lives or whatever, having endured our life. Like we do life together. And so guys, if you want to call in, call it 678-310-8864. We're gonna dive in a little bit deeper to experience some experiences with Neo. And all of that, man. Like you mentioned about earlier that you went to Iraq, 2 tours. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah, I did 2 tours as well, man. And like
right,
yeah, it was a monster, right? My first tour was in
yeah.
Camp Iraq. I did 10 months out there. My second tour was about 4.5 months. Um I did the time out there, and that was a that
So
was a different.
so you did two in Iraq.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, I thought you went to Afghan, but so me and you both. Okay.
Yep. Yep. And so like Af with Iraq, rather, Iraq was um it was a space for me, like I was in charge of $4 million and logistics goods,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like I was an NCOIC, a logistics and redeployment NCO, right? So
Right.
like those type of things is like it gave me an experience of what was possible in life. Like, and I say those things because it gave me an experience of what was possible. Like in matter of think about 3 days, 4 days, I had to change over $4 million. And you know the government don't play about $1, right? Like if you in charge of some stuff, the government don't play about $1, right? So like who are you when the environment that created your identity is gone?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's deep. Now, I'm gonna bring it right back to you. You talk about identity, right? We go through so many phases of growth over the years. There was someone I met at a psychedelic conference, and she looked at my hands, the palm of my hand, and said, the palm of your hands, your fingerprints change over the years and all this other stuff. Every so year, 7 years, and all this other stuff. And I'm sitting there listening to her, and I'm like, well, today I may read a book, I may have a conversation, I may hear something passively that will impact my way of thinking. From that moment on, I'm changed, right?
Mm,
You
yeah.
see, so like when we talk about identity, it's one of those things where it's very malleable. It's very malleable. It's in the moment, because
Mm,
it only takes a moment to change you
right.
or the situation. You know, I don't like highlighting any negatives, but it's just not too long ago, somewhere in Georgia, in high school, it was a fight that broke out, and life was taken in the moment. You know, everyone in that school may have not even seen the fight, but their life is impacted. That level of trauma is something that would change their what identity. You know,
Mm,
um, towards Iraq, you're never the same.
hmm. You're
You
right.
know, um, after you've experienced solitude to that level and that degree, you're never the same, right? But then going back to the journey of being, that journal has helped me a number of ways to really identify my blind spots and allowed me to explore emotional intelligence, right?
Mm,
Because it's something that you have to navigate and be fully present and allowing yourself to feel, right? You have to feel empathy. You have to feel sometimes sympathy, right? And one of those things to where you're feeling it, but then you have to have the control to either let it go, or you could feel it for a while and then you're like, okay, I'm done. I've felt it, I've acknowledged it. you know um it's sort of like a semantic way of thinking, somatic way of thinking. I always put the N in there. Somatic way of thinking, being able to feel in the pit of your stomach, allowing it to feel, understanding the feeling, and then allowing, or at least having the will to release that feeling. Don't dwell in the darkness. We've been through those mental health phases, whether it's depression, anxiety, any level of trauma that you've experienced. You could dwell in it to a point where it kind of halts your life, you know. But yeah, I think that's some of the best advice I would give someone is to allow yourself to truly feel, um, and explore emotional intelligence, because it's not a destination. It's really, the journey. It's all about the journey.
And guys, what he's talking about, what he's leading to is this journal right here. My boy, he gotta definitely support me or whatever the case is. And he's always done that. We've done that to one another. Like he's talking about the journey of being. Like he bought my journal. Like, wow. Then he got like middle piece. He's like, bro, you put some words. Like you lit this one up. he's like, and I was like, what did you get out of it? Right. And he started just sharing himself of like some of his experiences of life. And so what I had him do is I had him cue up a video. Neo, you ready for that? To cue up that video or whatever. And you know what I mean? I had him cue it up, man. It's like, and just get, you know, just to be able to create a space for it. And so if you can go ahead and push that joint.
Which because I just sent you one. I don't know which video you're referring to.
Okay.
I sent you like, the Journey of Being ad.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, I could cue that up right here.
But like the thing is like we continue to go through life, you know, and life is what we make it, not what the past is. It's not what the past is. It's what we desire it to be, and that is the space of it, and we're able to do such. Like we are able to like we were given this amazing gift. It's about utilizing the gifts that we were personally gifted with. See, my gifts are different from Neo's, it's different from DC's. My gifts are different from my daughters, my sons, like Neo's son, his daughter. Like it's all different. We all have this different gift that we were gifted with. We're gonna go through battle tests. Like we're gonna go through battle tests. It's who you become outside of the storm of life. Like it's who you become outside of the storm of life. And then you can create that. Like you can create it. So it is that right there. And so you get to explore. You get to explore who you become. Like you can be attached to your old version of yourself. Attached to your old version of yourself. You can. Or Neo, if you got the other videos, that's fine too, bro. Like,
all right, no, we could just, I guess, ease in. This is one of our capabilities, one of our startups. As a founder, the name of it is Quick Ad Video, where it's a done for you paid media service. At the moment, we're running a pilot and offering free assets, audio, visuals, video as well. Here's some examples of our work. This is a running ad. Let me know if you can hear it.
I can see it.
I hear it on streaming TV and radio. On the primetime networks, the drive time dial, the shows that they stream mile after mile. Here's the deal, 60 days free. We create every asset your marketing needs. The ads, the videos, images too. Reputation management handled for you. We run the whole campaign. Done for you complete. Performance reporting, analytics, the ad spent to a beat. All that we ask is $100 a day, $100 minimum at budget, 60 days on the way. So book the call, the revenue growth strategy call. You become the name that they call, the first that they think of at all. Hear the telephone ring, see the cases roll in, your firm on every screen, they're on everywhere they look. There you are, the first call they make when they need a lawyer. On every screen, on every wave, the name that they trust. Quick Ad Video, we put your firm on every screen.
All right, so that ad was targeting law firms. And that was just an example of one of our ads that we run. Here's a law firm ad for personal injury.
Boom, boom, call boom law. Trip, flip, or flip, we answer the call. Call boom law. Yeah, trip, flip, or flip, we answer the call. Boom, 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 boom. One number that's the floor, hey, that's a scene. Boom, law, go.
Boom law.
So that boom law, you know, just some examples, different genres of music. Here's a laundry service ad.
Morning and the basket's overflowing. Run! We pull up to your door. Grab the bag, hit the gas, you don't live no more. Wash, dry, fold it back to you the same day. We run your laundry your way. $1.20 a pound. That's the lowest in town. 20% off Tuesdays. We're bringing it down. Hook up, pick up. Suds run. Tap the schedule. Suds run.
Catchy sounds over there, man.
Catchy
Like
sounds, different
catchy
jingles, you
sounds
know.
right there.
Yeah, man. So yeah, that's quick ad video. You know, we can definitely boost up anybody's marketing campaigns. We are not a new tool that you have to learn or something that you have to subscribe to give to your sales or your marketing team. We're a good add-on, right? We're a good add-on to whoever has a marketing team that's looking to expand, right? Maybe you're running Meta and Google ads. Those are, pretty typical, very easy to scale or very easy to manage. And we introduce new channels, streaming TV like Hulu, Netflix, Roku, and CTV. We have a partnership where we can target down to the zip code and get you on local news channels, NBC, ABC, and also radio, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Pandora. We're able to get your ads running, create the ad for you, and monitor the traffic. Monitor the optimization and the analytics. So, yeah, man, I appreciate you letting me share some of those.
Absolutely, man. That's some dope stuff you working with over there, dog. Like you over there whipping it up. Like that's what's up, man. Like,
Yeah.
but you think about it, like, man, you've been in this space for a while, or whatever the case is, being in IT. You know what I mean? I want you guys to call in 678-310-8864. Definitely call in 678-310-8864. Like you coming, like having endured, I'm gonna say, having endured so much of life at a young, you look pretty young. I know how your age is or whatever, but having endured this life of, you went from the military to contractor to IT, what kind of led you into diving into AI, and also share with people why they should adapt AI instead of repelling against it?
What not necessarily pushed me into it. AI was available during my master's. In fact, AI has been here for quite some time, but one of our projects dealt with artificial intelligence, and not just in a way where it was consumer based. It was purely just an ideal of neural networks, and you're running a company that is trying to scale. Basically, there is no quote unquote demand for it, and how do you actually implement this on legacy systems, right? But AI is not here to take anything away from us. Is purely an add-on.
Hello. Hello.
Oh, somebody dialed in. Put it on speakerphone. What we?
Okay. I heard something extremely profound.
Okay.
And I just want to ask a couple of questions. Is that okay?
All right, cool. What's your name? And where you calling from?
My name is Peach.
Okay, you got Peach on the line. Okay, Peach. What questions do you have, Peach? Thank you for calling in Battle Tested. What doesn't break you builds your brand. You got Neo on here. He's asking different questions about AI, and you got a question right now.
So I heard the you that you desire to be requires you to be a new you. And I also heard some conversation about emotional intelligence. So my question would be, how do you combine in a growing emotional intelligence into the framework of you have to be like this new, in order to be this new you that you desire to be, it requires you to be a new you and someone that's in a growing intelligence, emotional intelligence sort of framework. How do you combine that? What is your advice to someone like that?
Okay. Oh, wow. That's a deep thought type question. But one of the first things I would say is it would not necessarily combining it, but it's more so about understanding where you are, right? There's a saying where, Brandon, you say it all the time, what doesn't break you makes you stronger or builds your brand. Right?
Yeah. So basically the tagline of battle tested. So battle tested, what doesn't break you builds your brand.
Okay.
What doesn't break you builds your brand. So like, and I'll take it, and like, so like you take a thought into where you are in your life. You something I do for myself practically, like I close my eyes and I meditate and I lock in where exactly I'm located at that moment. Right?
Where are your feet? What do you hear?
Yeah. And so like for me, I'll like, let's say I'm in Florida, right? So I'll lock in, okay, I'm in Florida in my mind, because your mind is so powerful, right? Your mind is so powerful. And so lock in where your mind is in the exact coordinates if you was putting it in a GPS. Okay? So if you were putting it in a GPS, you can be able to tap into your space and lock into what that is. Like, okay, I'm here. And even into the smallest decibel, like if you were like you was in a room, I'm even in the room or whatever, right? And it brings you to being one with yourself and keeping your mind open to say, okay, cool. It's not over here, it's not over there, I'm right here. It's nothing wrong with me. I am completely locked into, and you can continue to do that. You'll stop. Like it won't be left or right. It'll be just here now. See, the now is only thing you have. Like the best version yourself is already inside of you. It's already inside of you already. You don't have to go and figure it all out, right? We got to go and figure things out and be in the car, and I got to drive around. No, it's already inside of you. You just got to lock in.
And evoke.
Yeah, you got to evolve. You got to like lock into yourself, because you're a powerful human being, because you're alive and you're able to create a space to develop to the person that you desire to be. Okay.
Emotional intelligence can take us far. I understand. Yes.
Yeah, like it's about tapping into letting go and allowing yourself to know that the past has no life here. That's all an illusion. Your past, you can like even the 2 minutes or whatever amount of minutes on the phone, we can't get 5 minutes we've been on the phone, we can't get those back.
Right.
Like you can't get those 5 minutes back. And so if you tap into that, like just tap into the now, continue to stay. It's a book I'm reading currently, is called The Power of Now. But the one thing I would definitely tell you to grab is to start off with is the journey of being. Like getting the journey of being. That right there, I'm actually going through it right now again. So the journey of being, 30-day guided journal to acceptance, transformation, and mastery. Yeah. So tapping into that will get you anywhere you want to go.
That sounds like something that I need. That sounds like a journal that I could use in my life and being in the present tense. I like that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you for calling. What was your name? I never got your name.
I'm Peach.
Oh yeah, Peach. Yep, I did get Peach. Yep. Well, Peach, I appreciate you. Peach out of Georgia. Okay, Peach out of Georgia. Right. So, Peach, I appreciate you for calling in and thank you for being with us this evening. And did you have any questions for Neo about AI, or are you good to go?
Neo, where do you see the future of AI going? Like with so many people being afraid of it, or the data centers? Like, what's your take on that?
Neo, you're on mute. I can't hear you.
What about now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I'm not going to take you to no doomsday. I believe AI will be personalized. You'll see people walking around with these little things, or maybe like a wearable glasses or whatnot, maybe a little pendant or something, and it will be their personal AI. As it relates to data center and the environmental impact, as it relates to the water consumption, the carbon emissions, I believe we will find a alternative to those sources instead of burning it up. If we don't, we'll be looking at a future like the movie Idiocracy, where it was water was scarce. We are in a future where the technology is advanced, but we've regressed as a species. But I believe it will go personalized AI. Everybody is going to use it. Elon Musk even mentioned that at some point everybody is going to have a robot, and he's planning to make it to a point where robots are the new household item. People walk around. I think you've been certain places. You ever seen like a shark in somebody's house, like a little robot sweeping up, walking around? That was off the Jetsons before it was something that was in the house. Right now, we're going to be in a space where these robots. So that's what I visualize as it relates to AI.
Okay. So what do you think a lot of people have unknowingly already invited AI in, and like you said, using like the vacuum cleaner little AI bots, or Spotify, Pandora, Siri? Do you think they realize that that's AI too? Or are they just thinking in terms of ChatGPT and Claude, that we're wasting water? What do you think? What's your take on that?
No, well, if we're looking at the data, the adoption rate of AI in America is one of the lowest. We're like top 3 of the lowest in regards to the adoption rate.
Oh, wow.
So if we're at, let's say 29%, I believe that's what it was, annual adoption rate, that's behind a place like Abu Dhabi, where their adoption rate is at 68%, meaning they've accompanied. They've adapted AI into a point where you can go into certain hospitals and there is no staff up at the front. You walk in, you scan, you get sent to a room, and you're getting diagnosed or get at least your vitals is being checked by a robot. So it's certain things that's happening inside of America, and America is normally, I ain't gonna say, it's just a bit behind, right? The growth, the regulation.
Yeah.
There's certain things that just happens here that's we're a bit behind, but I believe everyone has already adopted AI in some way, shape, or form, whether they know it or not. It's
Okay.
already there, definitely.
Very interesting. Well, thank you.
All
You've
right,
given me
thanks
a
for
lot
calling
to
in.
think about and a lot to consider. I'm definitely going to look into the journey of being and the power of now. I appreciate you all for your time today and for answering my questions. Gratitude.
All right, gratitude.
Well, I appreciate you, Peaches, and have a great day. Okay.
You all as well. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, definitely, guys. Like, keep on calling in 678-310-8864. 678-310-8864. So, like, you know, like, man, that blew my mind, right? Like, so we at the bottom of the percentile, right? Like, we lead
One of the
everything pretty much, right? Like,
one of the slowest, man. And you can imagine that it's one of those things that is kind of daunting, but it's a reality.
yeah, like, and that's the thing is, like, um people are really into the space of thinking that it's gonna take over who they are, right? Like,
Mhm.
they think they gonna be replaced. You know, sometimes when people, that's a scarcity mindset. They probably
Right.
like call 678-310-8864. There's no fear here, right? We're creating, we're reinventing our life moment by moment, one day at a time, one moment at a time. Okay, cool. So, man, it's such a great experience already of taking what we're doing and just really just sharing it with people, right? The experience, the wisdom, the knowledge, the value, the impact of it, and the intellectual property, because all that stuff comes from, right, all our minds. So a lot of the times we don't know, like, our worth. So having experienced what you've experienced in life, right? When it comes down, because like I said, we have many conversations. We sometimes we stay on the phone an hour. Sometimes we stay on the phone probably like 5 minutes. Then sometimes we stay on the phone 2 hours, right? Like we've. But how does someone take what they've lived through, turn it into something valuable though? Like taking, like for me, like I give you an example. Like I took battle tested. What doesn't break you builds your brand, and now we're here 1 year from now. Like we last year, I started this episode. I started this podcast on August 15th, which is tomorrow. So 1 year, it went around in a circle. The year, like the globe turned around a full year, and now we're here. So how, let me ask you this question, Neil. How does someone take what they've lived through and turn it into something valuable, from your opinion, like in life?
Um, I believe
Using
everyone should write
AI.
a book.
Let me throw that in
No,
there.
no,
Using AI.
whether they use AI or not, I believe everyone should write a book.
Mm,
Everyone should write a book.
you
Period.
right about
And everybody has a very unique story. At the same time, there's always something, a part of that journey or that story someone can relate to.
that. Mm-hmm.
Me and my brother is actually writing a book together. But it's one of those things where I believe everyone should write a book. That's immediate value, whether you get monetarily rich from it or you get a lot of enlightenment from it, right? Because in that, once that book is done and published, it goes beyond you. It's now for your children and those
Mm-hmm.
that come after, you know. So I believe everyone should just take time and use AI. If you want, you can use AI, have AI prompt you to, or prompt AI to ask you questions, right? Tell AI, hey, you know, I'm interested in writing an autobiography. Ask me questions about, you know, different periods of time in my life and allow me to answer them and help me organize my thoughts. You know, that one particular prompt is I gave that to a gentleman that was a Navy SEAL in Myrtle Beach about a year or so ago, and he still messaged me to this day. Thank you, man. I'm almost done with my book. You know, so
Wow.
it's one of those things where AI can definitely be your assistant in that aspect to organize your thoughts for sure.
So you talk. I like to dive in just a tad bit, just another level on it. So you shared with somebody. You met him at Myrtle Beach, right? You met him at
Mhm.
Myrtle Beach. You shared with him to use AI to create to prompt him to be able to pull out the stuff he had to endure, like the many tours that he had to endure mentally, to pull
Mhm.
those things out to create a space so he can create a legacy for his life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow,
Exactly.
that's dope.
First time he was 71.
Oh, wow.
71. Had no clue how to use his phone or anything. His wife was 65, and she was there drinking her little pina colada or whatever. And here, we're on the beach just talking, and then I was like, man, you got an interesting story. He had a bullet wound in his leg from a war or something, and I'm like, wow. I grabbed his phone. I was like, let me do something for you real quick. I downloaded one of the AI platforms and just set up the prompt. I pressed the record button, allowed him to talk, told him what to say. And since then, he's been in awe, to say the least. He was, I had no clue that this was even a thing. I'm like, it's just getting started. It's only the beginning.
Yeah. So he was 71 years old. So OGs, right? That's what we call, the older generation, the OGs. Right. When you get the OG on there, you know what I mean? So OGs are able to really create their space and be able to articulate the knowledge of they've had to endure back, because 70 that puts them at what, 50s, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the middle of 50s, right? So so he's able to, especially military too. So that's a whole different ball game, right? And so
I'm thinking it was either Navy SEAL or Ranger, one of the two. But either way it goes, yeah, he was an old gentleman. What really intrigued me about him is his hobby. He builds wooden ships.
Nice.
He put all those little wooden pieces together. He builds out these wooden ships. That's his hobby. You know what I mean? Let's think about where you want to be when you retire, right? You got all your checks coming in, you kicking back, you got grandchildren, everything. What will be your hobbies? My man creates wooden ships. That was inspiring to me, just to sit back and think, like, that's a cool hobby. I do Lego sets now, so I might stick with
you do Lego sets. Man. So I might stick with Lego. I'm sure you use AI with your Legos and stuff, right? Like, you create. Did you incorporate the two into that, or is it just kind of like separate over there?
The robotic side of the house, we have to program the Lego robot itself. So we plug it in the computer and we give it different commands. This past one, we built a rover robot that is used for archaeology. When the sensor finds, whether it's bones, tools, anything within the terrain, the ground, it sends an alert off and sounds the alarm. So we had to program that process and demonstrate it for a competition. So
nice.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So I got a question. So we can debunk all the bull-ish. I am cursed today, so but we can debunk all the. Is AI replacing people and changing what people do?
It will. I'm gonna answer the first part of the question. Is AI taking people's jobs? If you look at the data, companies have tried and they have failed. They're looking for ways to hire those same people back because they realize AI is not perfect. AI at this current moment still requires what we call human in the loop. It still requires a human to be in the loop to vet the information the AI is boilerplate, or maybe it's pre-trained to spit out, and also check and verify that it's doing the task accurately. So to answer your question, it's only going to make the way we work different. It would change the way we work, but I don't visualize it taking individuals' jobs at the moment.
Yeah, like, and this is even bigger question. What happens when a human being who discovered their potential gets access to AI? Like, what is possible if a person like really dive in and say, I'm gonna go into AI. You told me about several different ones. I'm not gonna promote them right now. Yeah. But like, you've told me about several different ones, and I'm like, I'd be in awe, like, oh. right? Like I'm the person that leads the conversation, but I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. Let me listen in, you know?
Yeah.
But like, what happens when a human being be able to really snatch, especially dealing with mental health?
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. One of my mentees didn't know anything as it relates to AI. This is a high school student, a mentor, 7, class of 2025. And once he was able to see what the capability of AI could do, I had him on one particular platform. I taught him about vibe coding. He took the lesson that I gave him home, grabbed his laptop, he continued on. The other students left the lesson there, right, in my office. They didn't take it home. He took it home. He took it serious. He called me. He texted me. He was really curious. Within a few months, he built his first mobile app. In the next few months, he was generating enough income from that particular mobile app to retire his parents. So,
Wow.
yeah. And the app was just it was one of those apps where it just helped you talk to girls. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you get on there, it is installed, and now you're looking at somebody's Instagram or TikTok or Snapchat, and you want to message this girl. So now it helps you look at her page and then find different ways of pickup lines to approach her. And you could select one and it's send. You select another one and it's send, and you buy credits, and it helps you talk to girls. It helps you with the conversation with girls, you know. So, but hey, it's all part of the game, man. Just be curious and be willing to lose a little sleep, you know. Like be passion driven. Be passion driven.
Be curious and lose a little sleep and be passionate. Got it. Be curious, risk losing a little bit of sleep, and be passion driven. Got it. So let me ask you a question. Like, we got about 8 minutes left. Man, an hour goes by quickly when you're having fun, right? Like,
yeah.
We were sitting in 2036, right? 2036 is August 14th, 2036. What do you think? What would you tell us we should start doing when it comes down to AI? Like, which direction do you think we should just pick one out and just kind of go with it, or like how we should?
I don't rank all AIs equally, right? But it's all based on like your specific use case, why you need it, why would you use it? If you're an artist, if you're an artist and you draw or paint or make music or make video, AI is there to help you. It's an add-on, right? It's an add-on to your creative. If you're more professional and you need like a more personal AI, I would say learn how to install a open source model on your computer, right? Everything I'm saying you can YouTube, right? There's 1,000 videos out there to walk you through it, you know, but those are just two off top that I could see personally or professionally. You want to install an open source model and begin using a model that doesn't require you to spend too much money on credits, and you can begin training it to do what you needed to do. On the artist creative side, there's multiple platforms out there that will enhance your creativity, whether you're an artist making music, painting, or film. That's where I would go. But listen, I really appreciate you inviting me this week. I know this is the anniversary. This is the 1 year anniversary of Battle Tested. Man, press the button. You got to get you some sound effects, man.
Yeah, I got to get the sound effects. But we're going to do a rapid fire. We got about 5 minutes. I'm going to give your social media so you can be able to share that. So I'm going to do a rapid fire real fast. Rapid fire. So one AI tool everyone should learn.
This is the social media here. Quick add video. This is the advertising platform, paid media. We make ads, we run them for you. That's that. And it's also quick ad video on YouTube. That's that. And your question, which one I would rock with? Me personally, I have my open source models and I do enjoy those, but I'm gonna give my ranks to Claude. Claude is the Anthropic. Claude is pretty fly. It's one of those ones. That one, and then I might edge towards Manus. Manus is another one that's like fly. But if you want to, it depends on your use case. All right, depends on your use case. If you're into the artist like creativity type stuff, then I'm gonna rock with Higgs Fields. They're doing some amazing things with AI filmmaking. I'm actually in the academy now, working on a micro drama series. In fact, quick ad video, we have a micro drama storytelling style ad that we are running. This is micro drama.
You must be the new video creative lead.
Yes. First day.
6th floor. The team moves fast. You're the new hire. 10 years in the industry, different agency. What's your stack?
Premiere Pro, After Effects, the usual.
All right. So I ain't gonna bore y'all, but that's one of our micro drama storytelling series. If you want one for your brand, holla at us. Hit me up. And the website, quickadvideo.com. Quickadvideo.com. Hey man, I gotta shoot to pick up my son from wrestling. Battle tested. My son is battle tested.
Like what doesn't break you builds your brand, man. Like and
man.
you got an email or like we got quickadvideo.com.
Yes, go on the website and it will prompt you to get on my calendar. We can speak for a good 15 minutes just to get an idea of any question you may have, or just tell them Brandon sent you, and I'll we'll throw something special in for you, free ad or something.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you for stepping through, man. We about to kick this thing down the road, man. I appreciate you for stepping through, man, and having this conversation with me and all that stuff. All right, cool.
Thank you.
So
all right,
about there, boy. So like we guys, we had, it seems like it was a couple minutes or whatever, but it was actually the allotted time of such. Like the biggest thing about it, we on our 1 year, right? Like you think about what you can do in a year. You think about what you can do in a moment, you think about what you can do in a year. It's like a moment. It's 1 second. Like you can one boom, it's gone. Now it seems like yesterday we were having our first show. It was at Tropical Smoothie. Yeah. Tropical Cafe. I think it's Tropical Smoothie Cafe. There you go. Tropical Smoothie Cafe. So we was having that. We was able to create that space. 1 year. Imagine you can do it 1 year. Your mental health can change in 1 year. You can be battle tested today, and a year from now, you can be completely fine. See, I spent a lot of time thinking and all that stuff, and what I've learned that it doesn't happen at the destination. It doesn't happen at the destination. It happens right here, right now, one day at a time, one moment at a time. And guys, I want to say, I see you out there. Keep on being great in this world.